shall be glad in it. I am super excited to be, as these old folks say, above ground and able to live and breathe and move, and I'm super excited to do it. So, got a lot to cover today. I'm the messenger. That's all I say. As I'm the messenger. So we're still with the litmus test, but God said, you make sure as you continue, because this litmus test thing is evolving, and so I'm just, when He tells me what to say, I'm just saying it. Okay, so that's where I leave it. So I'm just a messenger. So here we go. So He said, call, commitment, consistency, commissioned, then compensated. Now, most of the time, people enter projects looking for the end results, the goal. But when it comes to God and what He's called you to do, sometimes we get to see, we know what we're called to do, but we don't get that middle, and sometimes we don't know if we'll be compensated or not. So we don't, with God, all things are possible, but His plans and ways, He said, as high as the heavens is the earth, and I haven't been to heaven yet. And so therefore it's far, it's far, far. When I get up in airplanes, I think heaven is higher than this. What? Yeah, I will need a new body. Yeah, I will need more than a NASA spacesuit. I will need more to it. So as we continue to apply the litmus test, these five things God said. So, first off, are you called to it? Or many are called, but few are chosen. So many say, "Yes, Lord, I will," and called, and there's a call going out. There's a all call going out for those for the kingdom work, and many are called, but few are chosen because they're called to and they answer the call and they see the big stage and they see the big lights. But number two, they're called to it. And are you called to that? Because we see things with big eyes and think, ooh, that looks exciting, but we don't know what's all involved in it. One of the mothers in my church, you don't know what's all in the cup. You want to drink it, just like Jesus said, let this cup pass, because He knew what was in that cup. It was terrible. Crucifixion was awful. But sometimes we see people after they've been through the valleys and the shadows and the death and the no's and the yeses and the rejection and the abuse and then we look at it, we say, yeah, I'm called to that. Maybe it's you can do it. Sure, because if a human being can do it, you can too. But are you really called to it? So I have to say, am I called to it? I had a meeting with a friend of mine. I can call her officially a friend, and she laid out a whole plan and of action, and I was so appreciative, and I sent her Amazon gift card and all that kind of stuff. But the more it was time to implement, I realized some parts of it I'm called to, but I'm not really fully called to that. Or do I want to commit to that? I'm like, I could do it if I didn't have these other things that I'm really called to do on my plate. So I had to modify it. I thanked her. I appreciated everything about it, but I realized I'm not called to that. But God gave me another plan. He said, do this part of it. And you can't do that other part of it, but do this part of it because I'm not called to that. She's called to it. And I looked at it and she's like, yeah, girl, it's good. Jump on in. Come on. I'm going to show you how to give me the whole template and everything. And I was like, oh my goodness. But I realized I'm not called to that part of it, where she is. So what I do is I share, I like, I root her on, I applaud, I congratulate, I celebrate, and I don't hate because I know I'm not called to that. So that's number one. Number two, when you realize that you are called to it and that it is something that you call, I just leave that up to you. Like I said, I'm just a messenger, and I'm gonna leave up you determine what that call is and what that looks like. You got to dig down into it. You got to figure out what you're called to. And you got to be applied to it. Now we're all gonna see it because we're gonna easily be able to tell. Oh yeah, It's like breathing. It's, yeah. I mean, yeah, you have to study, you have to work, you have to do all that. Yeah, they call to that. Ooh, it's so good. I love to see when people are in they call, moving in their gift, and the enemy hates it, but I love to see it. I love to see it when when you doing your thing. I applaud. I'm over here I'm in Jeffersonville, Indiana, going, woo, go girl, yeah. I'm thrilled for you when you're walking in your call, but I'm always praying for you if I see, not that it gets hard, not that it gets tough, but when you're striving to do something that, nah, you're not called to. You saw it and you wanted to do it and try it. And nothing's wrong with that. I mean, no criticism, no judgment over here. But when you're really called to something, I don't care who else does it. Baby, it's something about when you do what you do. Uh-uh. It's and you're really called to it. Oh, baby, it's it's gonna be wonderful. And then once you're called to it, and this is usually where the chosen, the few are chosen, because most of the time people are like, yeah, I can call it, yeah, I can do it, yeah, I have the gifts for it, yeah. But this is the thing, committed to it. Ooh, Psalms 37:5, commit thy way unto the Lord. Trust also in him, and he shall bring it to pass. So if you're one of the called of God and called to do it, you got to commit your way, your path, lean not to your own understanding, all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy path. Commit thy ways, thy paths, direction, leading, guidance to him. Then he shall bring it to pass. Got to trust him though, because sometimes them paths is creepy. Sometimes they scary. Sometimes they dark. Sometimes they lonely. But if we trust also in him, he shall bring it to pass. So are you committed to it? I just realized, I've been doing this 9:30 thing pre-show. I thought was a pre-show thing for the longest. I'm like, oh, I'll keep this going. I started November 2019 doing Live Your Best Life. Then we changed media outlets. And so there was a lag there between February and June until Live Your Best Life moved to somewhere else. And God said, oh, keep going. I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep going. But that was February 2020. This is January 2024, and I'm still going live. Whether I pre-record them and upload them later, whether the sound works or not, whether the Wi-Fi goes out. Now, y'all know. I done had. If you've been following me, if you even watch the replay, you know I had my cousin. Cuz, there's no sound. What you mean? I was like, what you mean no sound? And so, I've had to do late. I've had all kinds of things happen who made me wanted to quit. Like, I'm froze. What you mean? I said, I can't wait to get back home into my own hard wired so I don't have to be worried about nobody's Wi-Fi. But I was committed to it. Even though it didn't come out perfect every time, I'm committed to it. I'm committed to it. Whether I'm in a plane and the video is airing because I stayed up late the night before to record it, I'm committed to it. I'm committed to it. However it come out, I'm still committed to it. Now, when God says stop, I'll stop. But right now, I'm committed to it. I'm probably 2 weeks from 4 years in. I'm committed to it. So I commit my way into the Lord and trust also in him. And then he, when I don't have nothing to say, I have had nothing from him until 5 minutes before I was going to push live, or 15 minutes or 20 minutes. And I was like, okay, God, if you don't give it to me, I don't have it. I can make up something, but no, I want to give the people, give the airways, give the social media, give what you say give. And he does it every time. And sometimes even when I'm like, okay, I don't have nothing. Okay, give it to me. Okay. So I'm committed to it. I'm called to it. Figure out with that litmus test, am I called to this? And then, am I going to be able to commit to this? And fortunately, married to an IT department, technology is such that I can commit to it, even when the schedule is fluctuating and moving all around. And I got to be on a plane. Oh, wait, well, I'm going to pre-record and upload later. He's like, yeah, we're going to pre-record. I'm committed to it, and then I'm consistent. So you would think committed and consistent would go together, right? And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, for God took him. Enoch walked with God hundreds of years, And he was not, because the Lord took him. He had that close a relationship with the Lord that the Lord took him, because he was consistent. He was, he was consistent. Emergencies, sickness, disappointment, discouragement. He was consistent. He was consistent. So even though you commit to it, some people commit to it real good. Like I don't even try that. I'm going to the gym. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I'm at 60. I'm committed to eating better, and maybe I'm taking more supplements and vitamins than I ever did in my life. But I have to figure out what I can commit to, not with other people. I'm not getting up and going no gym. No, because I'm committed to something else. I'm committed to my business. I'm committed to my husband. I'm committed to my family. I'm committed to God. I'm committed to writing. I'm committed to a lot of things. But committed to going to no gym, I'm not gonna lie to y'all or nobody else and say I'm gonna do it. I'm not posting it. I'm not. No, I don't need no accountability partner, because I'm not doing it. That's something I'm not committed to. I'm committed to going live on Sunday morning in one way, whether it's recorded or pre-recorded. I'm committed to Envision. I'm committed to, because I can be consistent. I strive to be. Emergencies happen, death, all kinds of stuff happen, but I can commit to it. But then I'm consistent with my commitment. 5 years of live your best life coming if the Lord tarries November and hadn't returned. 5 years. That's consistent. That's consistency. That's the reason why people don't take you seriously, because you're not consistent. Yeah, mistakes happen. We got to fix stuff in books. We got to upload again. We got to redo. Oh, no, that cover is not right. But I'm consistently available to make changes. I'm consistent. February 4th, 16 years of BK Royston Publishing. Up, down, all around. Money right, money wrong. I'm still consistent. Prayers, support, great clients, opportunities, events, but I'm consistent. And it may change, and the amount of places I go and what I do, but I'm consistent. Yeah. I tell people, you give me money, you're going to have a book. I'm going to help you write it, because I'm right. I'm a writer. I'm going to help you write it. I'm going to help you get it out. I'm going to help you flush it, get it out your head, get it out your heart, get it out your spirit, and onto paper and onto Amazon. I'm consistent. So you got to be, you got to see, okay, are you committed to it? Are you called to it? Can you be consistent with it? And not just a month, like people are. That was my original analogy about being in the gym. Are you going to do it in February too, and March too? And what about April and May and June and July? And then what happens after the first year? Going to shut it down? Or is it just temporary? Because some people will wait you out. Real quick. So I had a lady reach out to me, and she had gotten a publishing contract and all that, right? But she didn't jump in. She wasn't ready. It wasn't time. I'm cool with that. You move along, I move along when you come back around. But I realized the systems that I've had for the last, especially in the COVID years, 2020, the last 4 years, she was not in that system. So I had not established that system. So therefore, I'm like, oh, okay, wait a minute. This is longer than 4 years, but I'm still here. That was the Lord. Because I could have died in COVID. I could have died before that. I could have been in a plane crash. I could have been in a car wreck. I'm still here because I've been, and I had somebody, are you still publishing? I'm like, am I still black? No, I'm joking. Because I'm consistent in what I do. And I'll let y'all know when I'm not. But, or when I'm not doing that any longer, I won't do that any longer. But I'm consistent. So she come back around. Had to have been at least 5 years, because she wasn't in none of my systems. Like, oh, wow, okay. Oh, there's one kind. Yeah. Ooh. But are you consistent over the long haul? Ugh. Are they still going to be open? Are they still going to be established? Are they still going to be working? Are they still going to be doing? All right. And then are you commissioned to it? So when you say books, and when you say, do you know a publishing company? And I usually, there's a lot of other people who do it, but then I usually pop up in the comments somewhere. Or people inbox me or DM me and say, oh, okay, Julia, I met so-and-so said contact you because you can help me do. Yep. That means you can, a man's gift make room for him. You'll be commissioned for it. If If you're an artist, and I know people right now who are artists, they have works commissioned. How much would it cost me for you to do X, Y, and Z? Because they're good at the level that they are. People write music, people write poetry, people write, they draw, they create software, they design curriculum because they are gifted to do it. So people are wanting to commission you for it. But if you call to it and you're committed to it and you're consistent, oh yeah, they'll commission you. If you're good at what you do, you follow up and you answer that email, and you will sometimes check a text message, and you will be on time, and you will come early, and you'll be commissioned to it. Yeah, they'll commission you for it. And then finally, most people want this first. Ooh, how much money can I make? Well, if you're not called to it, and you won't be committed to it, and you won't be consistent, and nobody else can see that you're great at, how we got to pay you? I mean, why we got to give you money when you won't be there, when you won't come, when you won't do what you say? What? And people want the money up front, but we don't even know if you're going to, you're going to follow through. Are you going to be still here next week? If I pay half down, am I going to get any illustrations? If I pay half down, will you edit it? Yeah, right. Compensated. If I pay whatever, are you going to deliver the product? Am I going to receive it in the mail? Are you going to respond? But if you're called to it, you're committed to it, you're consistent with it, and then we can commission you, and then you follow through. Oh, baby. Compensation. He'll give you power to get wealth. Because you are committed, because you are consistent, because you are called to it, because I want to commission you because of your past performance. It's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful thing. I hope that helps you. The litmus test. Are you called to it? Are you committed to it? Your consistency? Oh yeah, we'll commission you and compensate you. God will make sure of it. Whatever is right, he said, I'll pay. Whatever is right, he said, I'll pay. I'm Dr. Joy Royce, and I hope that helps you. And I hope that helps you to live your best life. Coming up at 10 a.m. I have talked so long today. Yay, I got to move on. Live your best life, heard on Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on envision-radio.com. Download the app, and we're heard everywhere. And find wherever podcasts are and put Live Your Best Life in, or anything with Envision, and you'll find us there. And then coming up at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is the Spike Davis and Friends show. He's coming up right after me. Tune in for Laughs, Music, and more. And then on Tuesdays is the Book Business Mall show, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, and be a book business boss. On Tuesdays at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Where? On envision-radio.com. Now, if you're ready to have your book published, so let's talk about your book, or book you previously published and it didn't turn out right and you don't know why, or can you reformat it? I need another cover. Help. Go to my calendar, talkwithroyson.com. Now that is my calendar that, barring any emergency, I live and breathe by, especially for business. And I know back in the day, probably 10, 12 years ago, I could schedule time and I'll just call you. Just call me. It don't matter. Well, it does matter now. I need you to schedule a conversation. You will have my undivided attention. We'll meet on Zoom and you'll get the replays. Go to talkwithroyson.com. Let's do it. And then the beginning of this year, I'm giving you 100 ways. This is my gift to you. 100 ways. If you're interested in writing and you know a friend who is interested in writing, 100 ways to be a book business boss. Go to youtube.com. And Book Business Boss is the handle, and you'll find those 100 ways to be a book business boss. Oh, don't worry, this is coming to a book near you. Oh, don't worry, it'll be an ebook too. Oh, don't worry, it'll be audio. You like it's on video? Yep, I recorded 100 videos. You will see the clothing changes and everything. All righty. Okay, so RoysonClasses.com. I'm offering writing sessions one-on-one. Go there for more information. There is a children's book boot camp. If you're ready to have your children's book ready for fall of 2024, fall of 2024. We start the boot camp on April 2nd, 2024 at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Coming up, where am I going to be? Where in the world will Julia and Brian be? Will Lord be my helper and keeper? On February 2nd and 3rd, we'll be at Malcolm X College. And barring any snowstorm or ice storm or whatever, we'll be at Malcolm X College at the Black Child Book Fair Tour. February 6th, we'll be online, live with the author spotlight, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Follow us there. We'll be talking about more than that. And if you're an author in the Montgomery, Alabama area, can get there on March 9th. Is the Montgomery Book Festival and Writing Expo. I helped sponsor that along with Dr. Vernette Nettles, and we'll be going live and talking more about that, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. But March 9th, 2024, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So if you have family, friends in that area, Montgomery, Alabama, I know people say I need to get a house in Alabama. No, I'll just keep going back and forth. Yay! For more information, visit Vernette C. Nettles. That's Vernett C in the middle, nettles.com for more information. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. Jump on over in the next 9 minutes to envision-radio.com. You can hear it on all your mobile devices, on your laptop, on your phone, wherever else you want to tune in, as well as go to Google Play Store and download the free app. So I hope this has been a blessing to you. Good morning. Oh, okay. I'll check my text. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That's District Elder Benjamin Davis. Yay! And Seattle, Washington. He's up early. Listen, he is up early to be tuning in live right now. Really? On West Coast time? I love you, Ben. And so thank you so much for all those who are going to be hearing on the replay. I love you all and appreciate your being a consistent follower and sharer and listening to whatever God tells me he wants me to give you. So you all be blessed. I'm Dr. Julia Royston. For all of my online stores, websites, go to juliaakroyston.com, helping you get your message to the masses, turn your words into wealth, be a book business boss, and live your best life. Love you all. Bye-bye.